Back at you with another video. So like and share this episode. So today I found a video of a woman selling flowers. She makes $16,000 a month, if I'm not mistaken. So here's the video.
This new way of life through the flower truck is so night and day from how my life used to be. Nice. I'm able to work with my hands and get dirty and be connected to the earth. And it's letting me live as I imagine a human being is supposed to live. I can't emphasize enough that if you're living with your happiness, that the money will follow. I'm Vienna Hintz. I'm 29 years old and I live in Los Angeles, California. In May 2024, my flower truck business brought in over $16,000. When I'm popping up with the truck, it's either by myself doing a solo pop-up where I'm selling flowers, or I'm hired to be somewhere by either a brand, a company, or an individual. And I'm making a bulk of my money from when the truck is hired to be somewhere. We are going to pick up flowers from the flower district. We're gonna go see my bestie Eduardo. I always gravitate toward wildflowers and pick out the freshest flowers that he has that day. Hi!
How's it going?
Good. So when I come to the flower district, I'm usually looking for...
I'm thinking about this. That's $16,000 a month, working 20 to 40 hours a week from a truck. Let that sink in for a second. I'm gonna keep it moving with the video.
the happiest, most whimsical babies, like these delphiniums are insane. Look at that. To die for. I love it. You see this? I have a thorn already. Per pop-up, I'm spending anywhere from $400 to several thousand in the flower district on the florals. Then the next day, I come home and start prepping the flowers, which means taking off the leaves, taking off the thorns, cutting the stems. And then I pull up to the event and unload all my buckets, set up the display, and then it's showtime, baby. They're called Bells of Ireland. I know, how are you?
So if she goes to the flower shop and buys the flowers and poses up somewhere in LA, her spot, some spot in LA, and sells the flowers. Think about that for a second. I'm gonna keep it moving with the video.
How have you been? I don't have sunflowers today.
Doesn't matter if it's big or small, but
Just the most beautiful one of the day. Okay, you got it. He works at the restaurant across the street and always has me run over flowers to a woman named Maria from him. And he's never there when I drop them off. It's always a surprise. I love it. I started my business in August 2023, and since then it's brought in over $40,000. The truck is still new, but in May I had the most pop-ups to date. There were 10 events, and I'm hoping to keep that momentum up for the rest of the year. Selling flowers is largely seasonal. I definitely saw a spike in February for Valentine's Day and a spike in May for Mother's Day. Do you want to grab a filler, like one of these maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Which one do you think? The most lucrative option is when someone's booking the truck for an event. The second most lucrative option is when someone's renting out the truck for something like a music video.
Oh, hold up. Not only does she sell flowers, she rents the truck out for movies and parties. Think about that. At between $750 to $4,000. depending on the scale of the event. What a business.
In that case, they're paying for prep time, for event time. Sometimes they're buying out all of the flowers, and they're also paying for transportation because man, is gas expensive to keep her running. Every time I fill the truck's gas tank, I'm spending between $60 and $75, and then I'm going through 1 to 4 tanks of gas per month. The most expensive expense for the truck is definitely flower costs. Before coming to LA, I lived in New York my whole life. For about 3 solid years, I was feeling great about it. And then I came to LA to visit my sister, and 2 weeks into my trip, I signed a lease and moved in with my carry-on suitcase. Something just wasn't clicking anymore. I had changed everything about my life except for my agency. I was on the phone with my therapist, and she said, look, you need to just make a list of all of the things that you want in your life from a job and see where that nets you. So I started listing out, I want to work with my hands, I want to be outside all day, I want to be interacting with people, and I really would love to have an old pickup truck because everyone in LA seems to be driving something really cool. By the next week when we talked again, I told her my idea for the flower truck. There was this bright green pickup truck with a for sale sign in the window, and everyone in the car gasped at the same time. In high school, I drove a very beaten up, bright green pickup truck. My dad and I went back a little bit later and test drove the truck, and it was in such good condition. The woman who was selling the truck said, you know, one more thing that I should mention, the previous owner was a woman as well, and she had named the truck Fiona. And I go white in the face because every time I have introduced myself to someone in LA, only in LA, they've all asked me if I just said Fiona. So that was my sign that absolutely I need to buy this truck. I took the truck home in May 2023. In August, I started selling flowers on the side of my marketing agency. One of the biggest issues having an older truck is the amount that it breaks down and having to randomly jumpstart it the morning of a pop-up. That's called stock. Doesn't have the best name. Stock. It's just stock. Just stock. I knew when I started doing the flowers full time that it was a huge possibility that I was never going to make as much money than I was in marketing. I just knew hands down I needed to always prioritize my happiness, even if it meant making less money. You like it?
Oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
Yay! I am completely self-sufficient with the flower truck. I haven't taken any money from anyone else. I haven't taken out any loans. The flower truck is now profitable. I was not expecting even a fraction of this success. I'd say there's still stress and anxiety that comes with a job like this because there's always the fear of it being seasonal. There's always the fear of it being a flash in the pan right now that gets a lot of traction in the beginning and then fizzles out. But all in all, I would definitely say that the stress levels are incomparable from marketing to working with flowers.
Bye. See you later.
See ya! My goals for the future with the flower truck are definitely to keep doing events and pop-ups. Another thing I'm looking forward to is having the truck being rented for film and TV in the future. I'm hoping that Fiona will have her red carpet moment. I think one of the best ways of getting out of a rut and figuring out what actually matters to you is thinking about if time and money didn't exist and then going from there. It lets you get back to what you actually care about so much easier. And I think a big part of it too is going back to what really lit you up early in life as a child. That's a huge component. It's the best decision I've ever made for myself.
There you have it. This is a fantastic story. The best part about this, anybody can sell flowers. It doesn't matter where you're from, how much education you got, how much money you got. Anybody can sell flowers, and anybody can rent their truck out, just like she did. You know, so this is a great story, man. I liked it. I hope you liked it. I hope this motivates you to not try to sell flowers, but it motivates you to the possibilities that exist out here. So tell me what you think below. Like and share this episode with somebody that you think would like it. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.